Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today you're going to be creating an artwork inspired by the abstract expressionist artist Joseph Albers. There are um, two video tutorials that will explain what to do. The first one you're watching now. The second one demonstrates the art making steps. Joseph Albert was known for using various overlapping shapes, mirrored compositions, and focusing on the interaction of color relationships. He believed that colors appear differently depending on the unique situations that they're in. So what we're going to be doing is going through each one of these different characteristics that Joseph Albers used, and that'll be the criteria for your own inspired abstract artwork. So the first thing is he tried to make colors look very different, even though they're the same or identical. For example, the green square on the inside, both of these are exactly the same color. But the one above here appears to be darker because of the lighter green outside of it. And this one down here appears to be lighter because of the darker color around it. So these colors look different depending on what they're surrounded by. Another characteristic of Joseph Albers was to use very simple geometric shapes. You've already seen a lot of examples of rectangles and squares that he's used. You can use whatever geometric shapes you want, but the idea was to not distract from the interactions of colors and just focus on the hues themselves. He also used mirrored compositions as well as inverted compositions. Mirrored means that two things are arranged identically. So you can see that this collection of squares here are identical to this collection of squares here. There's three squares, all arranged the same. The only difference is the color scheme. The colors are inverted, which means the blue square here is now yellow. The yellow square here is now blue. So they flip the colors and mirror them to show the comparison of the images. So for your art making project, you must complete all the following criteria. You must use geometric shapes that are overlapping. You must have a mirrored composition, and you must have a consistent color scheme that shows how colors appear differently depending on what they are interacting with. So here's some different examples of Joseph Albers' artwork that he's created in the past. I do not want you to copy any of his exactly the same and just simply change the colors, but you can definitely use different geometric shapes and arrange them similarly. So make sure you are finding that balance between creating your own original artwork and not copying exactly as he has. Once you have completed your oil pastel artwork inspired by Joseph Albers, you are going to be writing an artist statement if you have time at the end. The artist statement is going to be reflecting on these different criteria here. The criteria is also found in Google Classroom.